Hi guys, it's Forex MD right here. Welcome to our YouTube channel and welcome back to our new trading tips video. And before we continue to discuss our new trading tips, guys, I just want to open up with those who are following us, those who are watching our videos. The reason why personally I am involved in forex trading, why I decided to trade forex. Um, as you can see on the screen, I have something written cash flow quadrant. The cash flow quadrant, it originates, or I can say I discovered it from the book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Mr. Robert Kiyosaki. According to Mr. Kiyosaki in his book, in this cash flow quadrant, we have employees, we have self-employed people, we have business owners, and we have investors. These are people who actually have an input in an economy. So the employees, as we all know, employees, they're employed by somebody. They're employed by a company. They're employed maybe by the government. These guys who are employees, they are actually selling their time to their employer. They are selling their knowledge. They are selling their skill. And at the end of the month, they are paid for their services. They are paid in a form of what we call a salary or wages. And then we also have the self-employed. These guys are not actually employed by anybody. They own their own job. They work for themselves. They offer services to whosoever wants their services, and they charge a specific amount for that service. They do not earn a salary, they do not earn a wage, right? And then we also have business owners. Business owners, these are the guys who own businesses and companies. They have the employees work for them. The employees generate money for the business owners while the business owner is on vacation, playing golf, having the good time of their lives. The employees, on the other hand, they are busy working hard, generating money for the business owner. And then lastly, we have the investors. These investors, they are people who actually invest in different kind of investments. Mm, for example, let's say maybe you choose to invest in property. You buy different kinds of properties, flats, malls, whatsoever. And if you invest in those kind of things, property, you actually do not work, right? There is no working involved there, right? What happens is you generate what we call passive income. The income comes in continuously without any continuous work, just like the employees and the self-employed do. So being an investor gives you, makes your money to work for you. I hope we are all understanding. Your money works for you. It's like you are planting a seed, and then that seed that you have planted, it grows and turns into a tree, and it bears fruits for you, right? You do not work like for the rest of your life. You have one tree of avocados. You don't have to plant any other tree, or maybe you can plant another tree if you want to, but you only plant once. And then after that, the tree will just continuously give you the fruits. The avocado tree will continuously give you more avocados. Every season, you have those avocados for you to enjoy or even to sell and make more money. So, right, back to why I chose to trade Forex. Being an employee, I discovered lots of loopholes. in being an employee. This is my personal view on being an employee. Um, I discovered that being an employee, most of us as employees, we are not even financially literate. We just go to school to get a job. When we get that job, we don't know how to make that salary to work for us. We don't know how to maybe increase our potential in terms of that salary we get from the employer. What actually happens is that when the payday comes, the only thing you're looking forward to is what are you gonna do to maybe have fun with that salary. You have worked so hard, you need to give yourself some fun. So most of the time you find that people, they are having fun with salary. And then maybe most of that salary, they'll find themselves taking loans to buy a car. Most jobs, by the way, you are not able to buy a car cash. You are not able to buy a home, to build a home cash, right? You need a special wisdom in order to do that. Uh, or a special education in order to do that. So that's what I discovered that in the workforce, in the workplace, most of us we are struggling with maybe paying loans. At the end of the month, we have peanuts left in our hands, and we are stressed big time, and life is not easy. So that's what I discovered mostly in the workplace. So I looked into, by God's grace, I was able to hear about Forex trading, and I took it up and I started researching about this thing, Forex trading, and yeah, so that's how my journey started. So mainly, I am trading Forex to become independent. According to Mr. Kiyosaki again, these guys, the employees and the self-employed, these guys, they are actually categorized as the poor population, right? The employees and the self-employed. The rich guys are under the business owners and the investors. So as long as you are an employee, chances are very slim for you to be rich one day. As long as you are self-employed, chances are slim for you to be rich one day. So if your goal is to be rich, if your goal is to be financially independent, if your goal is to have continuous income for the rest of your life, you do need to consider looking into ways on how you can reach that goal of being financially independent. Uh, for me, it is forex trading, which I believe in that it can and it will make me financially independent. I haven't reached my destination in this journey, but I am in my journey. Okay, and then lastly, if you do decide to trade forex, guys, forex trading, uh, it is you need to invest a lot in it. By investing, I mean you need to have money to put to into the forex trading industry. You need to money to get yourself educated. That's the most important part. Get yourself educated about forex trading. Do not jump into trading, and because that's like gambling. If you put in your money, you have little or no knowledge, and then you start losing your money. You start saying forex trading doesn't work. It doesn't work like that, guys. You need to invest in education, forex education. You need to find yourself a mentor, listen to that mentor, follow his or her uh, guidelines on how you can successfully trade the markets, right? Uh, you invest also your time. It's not only money that you need to invest in this business, you also invest your time. If you spend like 10 minutes on these charts, the Forex trading charts, and you think you'll make it, forget it, my friend. If you don't have time, forget it. You rather stop trading. If you do not want to spend money to get the knowledge that you need, forget it. Rather stop trading Forex. If you are not willing to pay, if you are not willing to study, to watch videos, to read books, if you are lazy to read, rather forget about trading Forex. It's not your thing. Okay? So to those who are interested, really interested in trading Forex, let's move on to our topic for today, which is how do we analyze and how do we know which currency pair to trade. So I will show you guys our currencies that we have here, the most traded currencies according to my to this website right here. According to our website right here, the most traded instruments. Okay, please bear with me. The website is still loading. Okay, this is just one website that I thought we could get some quick information from. So guys, here are the most liquid currency pairs which you can trade. This is most especially for the beginners. If you are new in Forex trading and you do not know how to start, which currency pair can you trade? Which currency pair will be good for you, right? In terms of good for you, we mean which currency pair is not so much volatile that it will hurt your account, your trading account. So these are the trading pairs which are said to be most liquid according to their percentages. The first one, number one, is the Euro USD. That's the first currency, the top currency, which is tradable and it is liquid. By liquid, we mean it is easily accessible. It is cheap even to trade, right? Then we also have the USD JPY. We also have the pound USD. We also have the Australian dollar USD. We also have the USD and the Canadian dollar. We also have the US dollar Swiss franc. We also have the NZD USD, Euro JPY, pound JPY. So in a nutshell, these are the currencies which as a beginner, you can look into trading as you begin your trading journey. But one thing I can advise you to do is to focus on one currency pair at a time. Because if you start trading lots of currencies at the same time, you won't be seeing your progress nicely. You need to have focus. Just pick maybe the Euro USD and trade it for the whole month, right? And then see if whatever your mentor is teaching you is working or not. Whatever you are learning wherever, just apply it on one currency pair and see if it's working or not. In that way, you are able to monitor your progress, okay? So now let's move on to analyzing our currency for today. I've been receiving some few questions, so this video is just to answer those questions. The first one has been answered on which currency pairs you can trade, and then now we will be Moving on to analyzing the Euro USD. I will not be analyzing fully as I did on our previous video because I just want to share some small secrets. Just want to share some small secrets. If you did watch our previous video, you know how we draw our trend lines. This is my H1 trend line, right? It starts from the lowest tail to the next other higher tail. And then as my trend line has been pulled up there, I want us to look at what happened in history first, and then we will look also on what to look into the current movement, right? So in history, we have this inner trend line that I've just drawn now. As you can see, the movement was bullish. Euro USD was moving higher from down here, moved higher and higher and higher up until this area, okay? So according to our trend line trading strategy, we have this trend line, the inner trend line, which I'm gonna change to yellow. So this trend line, which I've turned into yellow, it is in short, I am expecting some action along this trend line, right? According to the trend line trading strategy, on a trend line, you expect the candlesticks to bounce and continue moving up, or you are expecting the candlesticks to break and go below the trend line. If the candlestick rejects and moves and start moving upwards, then you can buy that currency pair. But if the candlesticks break and goes below the trend line, then you are expected to sell that currency pair. So in this case, we would have sold the Euro USD, okay? You would have sold maybe here. Let's use an arrow again. Would have sold immediately. You saw the breakout during this candle when it closes, when this red candle closes, or we would have waited for a pullback. A pullback will mean this movement moving slightly upwards. And then when we see a confirmation to sell, we could have sold also from this area, okay? So these are our two selling points, here and here, these two arrows. Those are our two selling points. But the most safest one is the second arrow right here. So if you sell, let's say you have sold, or even before selling, you need to know where you will have your stop loss, where you will have your take profit. This is another question which I was asked by somebody. How do you know where to put your stop loss, and how do you set your stop loss? Whether you are using a phone or you are using a laptop, we have what we call a crochet. The crochet, it's this cross right here. What I do is, for my stop loss, is I click on the crochet, and I want to place my crochet right above the trend line, which has been broken, or place my crochet on the highest tail just above the highest tail, which I can see, right? But let's say for a smaller risk, let's say we place our crochet here, just above the broken trend line. If you can look at the right-hand side of my crochet, there is a number moving. As I'm moving my crochet, you see that number on the right-hand side, the far right-hand side. There is a number moving covered in black with a black background, 1.143. That's the number that I use for my stop loss. If my stop loss is here above the broken trend line, then my parameters for the stop loss will be 1.14286. That's how I know what my stop loss will be, okay? And then if I set my how do I set the stop loss now? I have the parameters already, but how do I set it? Okay, so what I do to set my stop loss is I take down this number, the 1.14286, and then I will, when I execute my trade, I will go to new order. On the new order, it will be an instant order, market execution. I will enter my stop loss here, the parameters, the 1.14286, and then I sell, right? Even for the take profit, I use the very same crochet. Let's say I set my profit target to here, to this low or this low. My take profit will be 1.13660. Okay, I basically use the crochet to identify the level or the parameters of the level that I will place my stop loss or my take profit. Even for the take profit, I go to the new order. The stop loss, you enter it there, 1.14286. Take profit, 1.13660. Then I sell. Okay. Once I've sold, I will have some lines that will be showing me where my stop loss is. The lines will be dotted. The lines will be dotted like this. Okay, doesn't want to give me the dotted line. But anyways, for the stop loss, it will be 1.14286. So my stop loss will be there where the green line has moved to. Okay, and then automatically, once I place the sell after setting my take profit, the take profit will also move as the stop loss did, 1.1360. So my stop loss will be this line. Let's make it to be red. That's where my stop loss will be. And then my take profit will be at this green line. If you remember on the previous video, I did mention how do we know where to place a stop loss or the take profit. Uh, but I've also said it in this one as well that the stop loss needs to be above the broken trend line, and the take profit, how do we set it? Just a quick reminder, for the take profit, I go to the higher time frames, right? And I draw a trend line there as well. So there is the trend line for the daily time frame. I'll make it blue. Then I'll go back to H1 where I'm trading or where I'm executing my orders. Then if I decide to sell here, I will make my take profit to go as low as that trend line, which is on the D1 time frame. Sometimes it will take time to get there. Just like now, you can see there's pullback. But if we can just monitor it and see if it eventually goes down. But this is how I normally trade. I use the higher time frame trend lines for targets. So my take profit will be maybe somewhere here before reaching this trend line. I hope the strategy is very clear to everybody. And I think this should be the last part of our video. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. And do subscribe, like this video, and please do share it with friends and family. Uh, Thank you so much for your support on our previous video, for liking, for following, and subscribing, in fact. Thank you so much for your time, guys. May God bless you, and may God keep you in your trading journey. I wish you a prosperous trading journey. Thank you so much for your time. It's Forex MD right here. Goodbye.